and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I thought I would do the last video for the year of regular kind of hauls and reviews. These are all Black Friday purchases and Cyber Monday purchases and things that I got on sale during that weekend, that magical weekend. And I'm just going to start off right away because there's so much stuff. Unbelievable. I think the oddest purchase, well, one of the two oddest purchases I made was one of these cases from Ulta. And you know, whenever I look at these, I always think toy makeup. It's toy makeup. It's not real makeup. But what fascinated me about this particular set is the case itself. The case was on sale for $17.99 or something like that. And it pulls out, it holds a lot of stuff. So when you take their stuff out, you've got room for your own makeup in here. So this is like a makeup case basically, and the extra makeup was kind of a freebie with that. You get the different containers here, and it closes up. This is great for traveling, absolutely. This isn't the highest quality case, but I think I don't do a lot of traveling, and I just think that this is a great thing. Inside this case, on the very bottom, is probably the best stuff. There is a Poreless primer from Ulta. These are all Ulta brand products that are in here. The eye primer, which is very, very good. There is a oddly shaped face brush. I did use it for highlighting, but I really couldn't. This shape just didn't do anything for me. Now this, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but it fell apart when I washed it. It is all full of long furry pieces. They all came out. See, you can see that. All of my other brushes fell apart, so this is definitely a bad one. The other thing that came in here, and it was really good to try, was they have, you know, the little pencil sharpener. The pencil sharpeners are great. It's this that surprised me, and this is the brow powders and the brow tint. Now the brow tint is a medium brown color, so unless you have that color eyebrows, this isn't going to work for you. However, I put it on just to try it, and man, it holds your eyebrows up really well. It coats really well. I will look for this in my own color and get this, but the brow tint has a little teeny tiny brow brush in it. Really, really nice. And when you put that up through your eyebrows, the gel in there holds your eyebrows in place and it coats them. I just thought it was a great little product. Now the other item they had here with the brow powders, and there's a wax. There's a light wax, and then there's two brow powders. Now this brow powder was a little dark for me, so I would probably want to get a lighter color brow powder. But the brow powders also were excellent, absolutely excellent. So the brushes were, I just can't recommend Ulta brushes. They just did nothing for me. But I do like the two primers. The eye primer especially is nice, and I believe that comes in different shades. I have the nude shade, which is it's got really good coverage if you've got discoloration on your eyelids. And then this Poreless face primer, I used it only on my large pores areas. I didn't use it on my whole face. It's a little drying otherwise. Now the other things that came in was a fairly extensive series here. There are like 3 highlighters, a blush, a bronzer, and somewhat of a contour. And actually these weren't bad. Out of the groupings, these were probably the ones I liked the most. There are 4 liquid lips. I didn't like these at all. I thought they tasted icky, and I didn't like them. The eyeliner series, they've got a purple, brown, black, and gray. I thought they would be really nice because when I tried them on my hand they were great, but when I tried them on my eyelid, they actually pulled on the skin on my eyelid. They are so hard to get any kind of coloration out of them. And I know old school, like when we used to do it with Wet n Wild eyeliner, pens, we used to put our hair blowers on them to soften them up, and then they would come off nicer, but you shouldn't have to do that to anything. So I definitely did not like the eyeliners. Now the eyeshadow palette looked initially quite interesting, but I didn't really care for these colors. They're all satins, and the satins, I really need some mattes when I'm putting eyeshadows on. I'm not the target audience here for them, so I forgive them for this, but it was a nice grouping of different colors. You can use some of them here and then for a little pop of color. They're amazingly pigmented, which, you know, I was surprised. Let me just put that on there. As satins, they're not bad, but as a actual palette, it's not complete enough for me, but some of the shades are fairly nice, so that wasn't as disappointing as it could have been. The second thing I got was kind of a fail. Why would I want this? This is, you hold it like this, and you put makeup on it. You know, you can practice on it like what you're gonna put on you, or you can practice like what it's like to put makeup on somebody else. And that's the reason I got it, because I get requests all the time from people to do their makeup for their wedding or an event, and I don't like to touch other people. So what I found with this little thing here is it's not like skin, it's not like a person, and it went on very, very messy. Now the first thing I did, because I'm really kind of a shaky eyeliner person, I put a liquid liner on. I could not get that sucker off. I tried scrubbing it, I tried Dawn liquid, I tried everything. Makeup remover, I could not get the eyeshadow off. It was just awful. But what's really bad is when you put blush or makeup or anything on this thing, and it was only like $6. It's not like it cost a lot of money. It really didn't look good at all. I mean, let me just show you here. I'll just put this on here. So, it doesn't react like a human. You know, and it's messy. You can't blend it. It's really bad, but I think the eyeshadow was probably the worst. I'll just demonstrate here with a shadow I don't care about. Yeah, let me just put this on here. It's just very, very messy, and it's hard to get it off. I could not get the eyeliner off. It took me a lot of scrubbing to get the regular makeup off of this thing. So I initially thought this would be a great practice thing and a fun toy kind of a tool, but it's not. And it doesn't show me what the eyeshadow is going to look like on me at all. This is not skin. Even though it feels kind of pliable, it's... So that was from Amazon. It was like $6. So you could practice wig. You could set it up this way and practice the front of a wig, what you want to do with it, or just try different blush colors. I don't know, but it doesn't look like this on a human. So it was a fail. ULTA has really stepped up their game, and I think this was one of the things that impressed me a lot. This is one of their Talk Beauty to Me kits, and if you bought something for a certain amount of money, they sent you this free kit. I just want to show you what's in it because I was kind of amazed at what they gave away for free. The first thing that caught my eye right away is this mini NARS Orgasm Blush. I mean, that was nice. And then there's a Buxom Lip Plumper. There's the new mascara from NYX that I don't like. There's a perfume, of course these perfumes, Yves Saint Laurent. From Living Proof, this is a hair mask. Boscia face wash. CeraVe moisturizer. This is perfect for winter. And this is Prada, a nice perfume, and you get a makeup bag when you're traveling. So I thought that was a really nice freebie gift. Really nice. I mean, they went out of their way. Okay, so what else did I order? MakeUp Geek. MakeUp Geek is Marlena Stell. I don't know if she's going to keep MakeUp Geek open or not. I think that she's going through some legal stuff right now. I think that they might be changing names or branding or something, because I think it's under her and her husband, or ex-husband. So I think they are changing it. But I want to talk about what I got from her. And it was kind of fun. I do have this on my eyes today. I bought a blank palette, and then I ordered all these like individual shadows to put in it so I could make my own custom palette. The shadows were $2.40 each, and the blank palette has a mirror in it. So these are the shadows that I chose. This is just a plain light ivory for the base lid. This is a kind of a sheery satiny white, which absolutely beautiful on. And then we've got kind of a shimmery brown copper color, which I like to line under my eyes with. These three are my transition colors. I got a kind of a warm, a khaki, and a cool color. I've got a dark purple. I've got a shapeshifter holographic color, which is airs on the side of purpley gray. And then I got a light muted blue, because I love blue. I think blue is very pretty. Anyway, I thought these were great, and for the price, I couldn't beat it. I mean, she had probably, I don't know, 40 colors there. You could pick out your own, pick out 9 of your own, and it didn't wind up to be very much at all. So it was like 18, then it was like, I think it was 5 for the other thing, but it wasn't more than $25 or so to make my own custom palette, and I like that. I think that is a great concept. I don't know why we don't do that, you know, because we always buy other people's palettes and they're already put together and they're not colors we would necessarily want to use, or we don't use every single color in it. If you pick out the colors you want, then you probably will do every single color. The lashes I'm wearing today are from Amazon, and I really like them. They went on easier than pretty much any lashes I've ever used. This is the false eyelash from ELIACE. I will link them below. It's 50 pairs of lashes, and I think it was like $18 or something. It was really, really cheap for all of this. There's 5 different designs. So I cut my lashes because I have shorter eyes than most people, so I have to cut a little out of the outer edge, and when I put them on, they don't droop down. So that's part of the thing I do. I also do the slinky thing with them. And I'll just show you a quick clip of me putting these on. really easy. And I use pure glue. But that was a good seller. They sent them right away. I didn't have to wait very long at all. They were not sent to me like for PR or anything. I bought these with my own cash money. This company, I was online on Amazon and I was looking for granddaughter gifts because we're having granddaughters come over for a big family gathering that we do the presents, opening presents and things like that. I was looking for gifts for a 17-year-old girl, and this came up, and it's a set of two. It's volume 1 and volume 2 of the Fantasy palette from a brand called Changeable. I have no idea why they call themselves Changeable. I think it's, you know, like when you order stuff from Amazon, some of these companies have the funkiest names. I was so pleasantly surprised by this palette. It really felt quality. Now the palette size, the pan size are small, but when you put volume 1 and volume 2 together, you have pretty much every color in the rainbow that you would want for eyeshadows. And I've really been getting kind of picky lately about what I'm keeping in my collection and what I'm getting rid of. And I'm really enjoying these. There's a lot of colors in here. It's just fun to play with. Just to add a little pop of color here and there. You can use some of these as blushes. Some you can put over your lipstick. And I just think that it's a great assortment. It was very inexpensive. I think it was like $18 for both palettes. I'm like, whoa, that was great. But this is the Fantasy Volume 1, Fantasy Volume 2. They're sold together as a set. And it was like $18 or something like that. Totally recommend them. In the drugstore, CVS, they have a brand called KARITY with a K, KARITY. Now KARITY used to be an online company. I don't know if Hush.com used to have them on there, but they are a brand that does kind of low price but high quality products. And I found that they were a lot more expensive in CVS than what I expected. I think the palettes are $28 to $32. This one is the nudes, and it has some great colors in there. It works really well. There's some good pigmentation. I didn't really care too much for the matte ivory, which is how I judge a lot of palettes. It's that matte ivory has to have a good pigmentation or I'm not happy with the palette. But this is a nice assortment. Yeah, I think KARITY, if they blended nicely together, it's a good color story. It's very cohesive. It's very functional, normal kind of palette that you can wear every day and not to look too clownish. So I would say the KARITY eyeshadows are good. I did do this, which is the KARITY, you can see all of these colors. These are KARITY lip products. I got the Velvet Lip Stick. I got 2 of the Velvet Matte Lips, and then I got 2 of the glosses. I wanted to try a good assortment of these so I could get a really good idea. I'm going to show you real quick the demo of these. wound up really loving is the Tamar matte, and with the Layla over the top. I think these two were just outstanding. The other colors, which are Fade Out, Sugary Sweet, and Weekender, I'm probably going to return, but I do like the best, Layla and Tamar. I think that they're really excellent lip glosses. The other ones, not so much. I did get a MAC lipstick. Everybody talks about Twig as being like a good basic lipstick to have in your collection, and I didn't like it at all. It was too kind of mauvey pink for me, and I'm more of a warm tone person, so I'm going to return mine. Mine was just a little travel size, and when you put travel into the search bar in Ulta, they'll show you all these cute little miniatures so that you can try something before you buy the full size and commit. But I'm going to return this anyway. The Twig was just a little bit too mauvey and pink for me. ColourPop. I've heard from several sources that ColourPop uses the same factory and has the same mothership as Kylie Jenner's cosmetic company. Now, Kylie just sold her company to somebody else, so I'm not sure if they're still going to use the same factory or not. But the same factory that produces ColourPop Cosmetics also produces the Kylie Cosmetics. Now, the big thing that I remember them saying was that the concealers were the same. And I didn't like the ColourPop concealer. I thought it was a little dry under my eyes and it creased. And it looked powdery at the end of the day. And the Kylie, which I have this shade in the Kylie, it's got a really good broad spectrum of color range. This was nice in the crease. And then when I looked at them side by side, the ingredients are different. There's 32 ingredients in the ColourPop concealer. There's 28 ingredients in the Kylie concealer. So they are different in some way. And whatever it is that's missing out of this, I like it. I think it works really nicely under my eyes. I think this might even be my concealer of the year for my high-end concealers. I got a few things from ColourPop because I wanted to try their lip products, because I have tried the Kylie Jenner lip products and I wanted to see how different they were or if they were better or worse. This is the Lux Lipstick from ColourPop, and that is in the shade Mesmerize, and it smelled so funky. It's like a Crayola gone rancid. It just was terrible. I absolutely could not wear this lipstick, absolutely not. And it was a little dark and a little mauvey, so this did not work for me. I also got their Flight of Fancy. This is an odd combination. They had a few different combos of these, and what it is a liquid lip that's a matte, and then a coordinating of some sort topper for it that's a gloss. And I kind of like the gloss, but I don't like the matte lipstick at all. It made my lips all cracked, and it did the little line of demarcation there that some of these things can do. This is Flights of Fancy, which initially looks like it'd be a pretty color, but it doesn't look good on the lips. And the gloss is kind of yucky. It smells like vanilla cupcake, the gloss does. The lipstick does not. I don't like the applicator on the gloss. It's very hard, so when you put it on your lipstick over the top, it kind of smears it around, and it's a lot of transfer. So I think the Flights of Fancy is going back. I was really disappointed. I think that kind of transfer is just not acceptable. And the way it made my lips look when I put the lip color on itself, I'm just not a matte girl, I guess. I'm just not good at the matte thing. So that is definitely going back. Now the lip liner is not bad. It's very creamy, so it didn't stay in place. And I'm not sure it would hold my lipstick from bleeding out into the lines around, because it itself was bleeding into the lines around my mouth. So the ColourPop lip pencil is kind of a fail for me. So You know, a younger person or a person that doesn't have the lines around their lips may feel differently about this, and please don't thumbs down just because you disagree with how I feel. It's just how it worked on me or didn't work on me. But this Lippie pencil was a fail. I do like some things. This is the J.Cat Beauty, and this is the Scene Stealer lipstick. This one is in Missing Evidence, is the name of this color, and it's really kind of neat. This one is the lip pencil, and I really like this pencil, and I use it almost daily. It is called Acorn, and this is kind of a Your Lips but slightly deeper shade. Acorn from J.Cat Beauty. I found that in the Christmas tree shop, which they now have a full display of J.Cat Beauty stuff. I believe they also carry this on ULTA, and this Missing Evidence is the name of this lipstick. I really like these together a lot. It's a beautiful lipstick, great coverage, feels good on the lips, it's very hydrating. I like it, and it's a little dark for me. It does go more towards the natural, deeper, almost a mauve-y kind of natural look, but I like it. I think J.Cat Beauty has some real surprises in their line. Now this is the set that was sold for $15, and I think it was $10 during the Black Friday sale. This is the BAREMINERALS Rosy Days, the combo. You get the blush and the coordinating lip. It's a liquid lip. I believe it is a matte. It's a very natural looking shade. It dries down to a matte. I think it does need something over the top of it to brighten it up a little bit. Now this blush is a little bit dark, but you can just go with a light touch on it and it looks like a nice natural flush. It's really pretty actually on. So this combination wasn't bad, and for 15 bucks, well actually 10 bucks on the sale, but it's 15 normally. This is a great little combo because the blush itself would be much more costly, and this is kind of a freebie in there, so it's nice to kind of get out of your comfort zone. The color of these is Rosy Days. During the sale, I also got the Benefit. This is a quad of their top sellers, and it has the Dandelion blush. It has the Dandelion blush, the Rockateur California, and then it has the Hula bronzer, which is, you know, the bronzers. I do like the bronzer. It's nice, and I don't mind this one either. This is the Rockateur. And the Rockateur has a slight shimmer to it. This one, the California, is a little bit bright and a little bit orange for me. I did put it on this side and then I decided not to use it. And this very light colored Dandelion one, it's a little light for me, and it's a little pale pink with a slight cool tone to it, so it didn't really work for me. So out of this grouping, these two are the only two that I would use, and I already have Hula on its own, so I might actually return this palette because it's not really working for me. But I really am looking for good makeup. So it was suggested to me that I try the Skin Illusion from Clarins. And I initially thought this was a beautiful foundation when it went on. This is the color Vanilla 106. I think it's a little light for me. Now it has an eyedropper. People had complained about this, I guess, because it's a different formulation or something, and there's always somebody who's been using it for 20 years that says, oh no, you know, they changed it to the eyedropper and now it's a different formula and I hate it. And so when I initially put it on, it has that strong aroma, much like the Huda Beauty foundation has. But it's a nice, pleasant smell if you don't mind it. Sometimes fragrance isn't fragrance, fragrance is the ingredients. So I don't mind fragrance in my stuff, I don't have reactions to things. But what I did have a problem with was somewhere around 12 noon, I put my makeup on maybe about 6 in the morning, 6:30. By 12 noon, which is 6 hours later, I had all the polka dots on my chin, I had the wear down in my marionette lines, I had cracks under my skin. This didn't work, and it's so expensive. I mean, I think it's what, $44 or something. I'm not going to keep a foundation that breaks down on me so quickly, but it did initially look quite beautiful. Clarins Skin Illusion. I'm afraid it's not going to stay in my collection. The other higher end foundation that I tried, and this is a travel size, and I'm so glad I tried this because the color is 220 and it's called Buff is the color. I think it was actually a pretty good match, and I like this very much. It's a very light to medium coverage though, and I noticed in my areas where I have some discoloration, I had to go over it again in those spots with a little extra, but I do like this very much. And this is the Lancome Tint Idol. There you go. And that is the Tint Idol Ultra Wear in the shade Buff. And it's really hard to tell what your shade is from the way they picture things online. So getting the little travel size was good for me because I came pretty close. One of the biggest surprises of this year, I had seen another YouTuber talk about this, or I wouldn't have known because it's not in the stores yet. This is Maybelline's brand new Dream Radiant Liquid Foundation. It is on Amazon. It's not in the stores yet. I don't know why it's not in the stores yet. I don't know why it's only on Amazon. I ordered it. It was like $6.70. It is a wonderful. I have it on this side and I have Lancome on this side. You can't tell the difference, can you? I can't either, and I'm so amazed by it. I like it. I've gone through the day with it. It didn't oxidize. It looks beautiful. My makeup goes great over the top of it. I do have dry skin and I have a lot of texture under my eyes, so I did have to initially put it on with a sponge, damp sponge. Then I put a very light powder over to set it, and then I tapped in with my magnifying mirror. I tapped in, you know, into the lines and things to make sure it was smoothed out, and I put another little tapping of powder just in the problem areas. But this is really nice. Now the colors are very odd. There's a big gap between the lights and the medium light. There's a big gap, and this is, I think, the medium light shade. It is Classic Ivory number 20. Classic Ivory number 20. It borders on being a little dark for me, but it's the one that's just under this is too light. So if you mix the two of them together, I think you can get the perfect shade if you're my shade. So, and I'm a medium light, you know. So I really like this, and I'm going to give it a few more tries, you know, in daylight with a primer or without a primer. I still have to do a few more experiments with it. But this was a really nice surprise. This is one more thing. This is the Bambi Eye Mascara. Bambi Eye Mascara. I like it. Okay, I got the waterproof by accident, or they gave me the wrong thing. I don't know, but this is Blackest Black, and this is waterproof. I love this mascara. It worked really well. It took me about 3 coats to get like enough of an eye that I felt like I had a good mascara base on. It lasted all day. It did not ding. Now I get watery eyes when I'm out in the cold, so in winter I wear the waterproof mascaras in the winter, whereas a lot of people wear them in the summertime because of the heat and humidity. In the winter, because my eyes tear up, I have to have a waterproof mascara or I'm in a lot of trouble at work with, you know, Alice Cooper marks underneath. So I really like it. I think I like it better than the Lash Paradise from them. I don't know why they all keep coming up with new ones. They have that kind of wobbly brush though. What a pain that is. I don't like that wobbly brush. It wobbles. Yeah, but I mean it's very controllable. It looks great on. It lasts all day. It doesn't leave little nibbies at the end of your lashes. It doesn't smear. The formula is a medium wet formula. I like it very much. So the L'Oreal Bambi Eye mascara is a hit. It's pretty good, I'll have to say. So with that, I'll have to bid adieu for today. My next 3 videos are going to all be about the best of the whole year. These are the products that I feel worked wonderfully for me. Everything from the makeup brushes I used to the skincare, hair care, makeup, high-end makeup, and drugstore makeup. So I'll be doing 3 different videos on that. Those will be coming out within the next 2 weeks. And I hope all of you are having a wonderful week and have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.